This being a YouTube channel, we get a lot of comments. I don't know if you're going to believe this or not, but not all of them are constructive comments. We had a comment from someone saying in a very combative manner that I'm engaging in mysticism for pretending that consciousness and matter are mystically, metaphysically separate from each other. And that made dialectical materialism and historical materialism a form of mysticism. But this person had never examined the philosophy that we're talking about here. Rather than asking for clarification or asking exactly what we mean, they just launched into this polemic about how we're engaging in mysticism. So I'm going to explain the way that we conceive of consciousness in the dialectical materialist philosophy, but the main point of this video is about having good faith conversations. So in dialectical materialism, we do talk about matter and consciousness having a dialectical relationship in which matter determines consciousness and consciousness impacts back upon the material world. That's the basic idea. But we don't think that consciousness is some kind of mystical, metaphysically distinct meta-substance or something like that. In fact, we know that consciousness is just a highly organized form of matter in motion. Consciousness cannot exist without a physical human brain, and consciousness is a manifestation of material processes that occur within the human brain. We know that. We don't think there's some kind of alternate universe where consciousness exists that is severed off from the physical reality. Dialectical materialism is a model that we use to try to describe phenomena that we observe in our lives. And we know that consciousness can impact on the world. We know that forms of consciousness can have objective properties. One of the great examples that Marx used was money. Money does not exist physically. You can have something that physically represents money, but in and of itself, money is an idea. It's a form of social consciousness. It's something that we all agree on in our minds that money exists and money has value. But it obviously has an objective role to play in society. It has objective properties. It's one of the ways that consciousness can have objective forms and properties. And there are, objective laws that govern and regulate how consciousness functions as a form of matter. It's just a shorthand. We say consciousness as a shorthand to refer to a highly organized form of matter in motion. It's just a lot easier to say consciousness, and if I say consciousness, you know what I'm talking about. But we don't think that it's some kind of magical phenomenon. So the main reason I want to make this video is because when you're going out there and finding people that you think you might have a disagreement with, especially your fellow workers, instead of launching into a diatribe assuming you know what they mean, you could try asking for clarification. Because once I clarified, this person was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that's what y'all meant. It's like, why couldn't we have just had that kind of interaction from the beginning? So if you were confused or you didn't understand what I meant when I say matter and consciousness have a dialectical relationship, or you weren't sure exactly what I meant when I say consciousness, that's what I'm talking about. But the bigger point here is that if you want me to clarify on something, just ask me. I'm a person, you're a person, we can treat each other like human beings. I know it's YouTube, but it is possible. It is possible for us to have productive conversations. Let's try it.